Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. First of all, I would like to tell you that if you are watching this video first time, subscribe my YouTube channel to see my more upcoming videos on analysis of different commodities and equity indices. And second important thing is to watch this video till its end to understand this story to take your decision. Your one like will motivate me to be regular in working more hard for you. Let us start the day to analyze the movements of S&P 500 futures in different time frames. So here friends, this is the same chart in which I presented my last analysis on S&P 500 futures. This is a daily chart of S&P 500 futures where I mentioned in my last analysis that the S&P 500 futures look ready to repeat the moves what they did in November 2018. I find that the same directional move may be repeated this time too, which has already started from May 28, 2019. We have seen the continuity of a downward trend in S&P 500 futures. So friends, this is a daily chart where I emphasize on my analysis that after fighting stiff resistance at these levels, at the level of 2816, once we find that the S&P 500 futures move downward, I find that we will see the S&P 500 futures to repeat the same downward move during the upcoming days. So friends, this is a daily chart where I explain my analysis. Here you can see that the current position of RSI has been constantly showing weakness in S&P 500 futures since April 29, 2019. We have seen a downward move in S&P 500 futures which has been maintaining till the weekly closing on last Friday, when the S&P 500 futures closed below the 200 days moving average in a daily chart, which ensures the continuity of this downward trend during the month of June. So friends, this is my expected trading zone up to June 18, 2019, where I find that the S&P 500 futures may test the lows of 2313 if the currently prevailing fear of lingering tariff trade war continues to persist without any solution from the two major economies of the world, the US and the China. If they don't reach any final deal, I find the S&P 500 futures to remain under bearish pressure during the month of June, whereas I find that till June 18, S&P 500 futures may test the lows of 2313, and here you can see that still the series of a gap down still continues in the S&P 500 futures. Let us see these movements in 4-hour time frame. Friends, this was my expected trading zone which I discussed in my previous analysis from May 24th to May 31st, where you can see that the S&P 500 futures have achieved their target levels when they closed at the level of 2749, which indicates the continuation of a bearish trend in the S&P 500 futures, because here you can see that a downward move in RSI, which is currently at the level of 30, indicates the persistence of extreme bearishness in S&P 500 futures. Now let us see this chart in an hourly time frame. In an hourly time frame, here you can clearly see that after facing stiff resistance at these levels, at the level of 2841, S&P 500 futures continued to remain under bearish pressure since May 28, 2019, and this downward trend is still continue, and I find that the S&P 500 future will remain under bearish pressure due to escalating tariff trade war, which will keep S&P 500 futures under growing bearish pressure during the month of June. Friends, now I would like to discuss the upcoming moves in S&P 500, how the S&P 500 may behave during the upcoming week. So friends, this is my expected trading zone for the month of June 2019 for S&P 500. Here you can see that the S&P 500 has closed below the 200 days moving average in a daily chart on last Friday. Here you can see that after touching the highs of 2952 on May 1st 2019, S&P 500 continued to remain under bearish pressure since the US President Mr. Donald Trump has been constantly persisting to remain on the upper side rather than resolving the tariff trade war with China. He is going to add more fuel to create tariff issues with other countries too. Recently he has raised tariffs on Mexico, and now from June 5th 2019 he is going to end GSP status of India too, from where a large quantity of consumable is exported to United States. Therefore, I find that the US index is going to remain under bearish pressure with escalating this tariff trade war, and on the other hand, going tussle with Iran going to remain second important concern, which may enhance the fear of global economic slowdown during the months ahead. Therefore, I find that the S&P 500 may remain under bearish pressure since a closing below the 200 days moving average in a daily chart means a lot for an index. Therefore, I find that during the month of June, this will be my expected trading path for S&P 500, where I find that a downward move below the level of 2670 will result in sharp downward moves which may continue till the levels of 2448, where the S&P 500 may find some support, where we may find a bounce back. But once again, the S&P 500 may face stiff resistance at the level of 2573, from where I find that the downward trend may continue up to the level of 2350 till the end of this month. So this is my expected trading zone for S&P 500 for the month of June 2019, where my stop loss levels will be at the level of 2841. Therefore, I find that any upward move up to the level of 2801 will provide good opportunity to go short in S&P 500 for an immediate target up to the level of 2700, where we may find some support, but the steepness of this downward move may be too high to break this immediate support, whereas the S&P 500 will find second support at the level of 2583. But if we find that this support is broken during the month of June, we will see the S&P 500 to remain under bearish pressure till the level of 2359. So friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share this video with your more and more friends. Thank you.